would like to introduce our guest speaker today, and he has some very informative information. And without further ado, Michael Price.
Hello to each and every one. How's everybody doing today? I promise I will not be before you long. I've already been threatened and warned, so I will do just that. Today we are going to quickly share about branding and marketing. Branding and marketing. Number one, can anybody tell me what is branding? She said logos. What else? What is branding?
Your image.
Huh? It tells people who you are. Image. Branding is your symbol speaking for you when you're not around. Branding is the residue of what your business is. When I say have a and a smile, who is that? Coke. That's part of the branding. Marketing is what we think about when people just plaster their brand all over the place. So when we understand that what branding is the residue of what my business is and who my business is. Question, how many independent business owners are in here right now? Just raise your hand. Okay, question, do you have a logo?
Yes.
Okay, how often do you use your logo?
Daily.
Okay. I saw a hand over here. You have a logo, sir? How often do you use your logo?
Well, we use on every invoice and bottom of every email.
Okay, at the bottom of every. I saw another hand. Oh. Exactly. Okay. What branding does for you, it separates you from your competition. It gives you the inside track, and it leaves a voice and a message of who it is. Why do we brand? We brand so we could be remembered. Every time someone sees your brand, have you noticed anything about what I have right now today? Can anybody tell me? My shirt. My brand. If I got to go out in public anyway, I got to have some clothes on. So, someone said, please. I may as well brand myself. Levi does not pay me to brand Levi, but we don't have a problem wearing Levi. We don't have a problem wearing whoever the brand is, so why not brand myself? If you notice, I have a skull cap. We broadcast in the winter sometime. It gets cold. And I got to keep this peanut warm. So what do? They know, wow, that's OBN. We broadcast in Royal. Royal's colors are royal blue and red and white, red, white, and blue. My brand is in Royal. We broadcast in Hempstead. Notice the consistency. It matters not where you go, your brand makes the difference. Here, I'm going to give somebody the challenge test. The challenge test. Someone, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Someone call out a number.
5.
You were close. Okay, you see that? You see that? These are 2 business cards. I want you to tell me within 5 seconds, and I got a timer right here because I'm being timed. 5 seconds, I want you to tell me what's similar about that card and what's different about that card. Starting now.
Okay, they both have the name.
Okay.
Your name.
Uh-huh.
They have your web address,
Uh-huh.
phone number,
Uh-huh.
general information. One of them has.
Go, keep going.
Okay, one of them has a logo.
Uh-huh.
And the other one doesn't.
Oh, does it?
Ah. It does.
It does have a logo, right?
Yes.
Notice that the logo, there's a key word that's on here, and you get a chance to win some money today. Tell me what's the difference. You want to help her out, Miss Tyson?
No.
Voice.
Huh?
Voice.
Okay. Is that the word?
I don't know.
You don't know. One of these says the voice of Waller County Athletics. The other one says the voice of student athletics. Had to change. Because of branding and marketing, we grew outside of Waller County. So now, in order to stay consistent with the message, the logo was the same. I just relocated it. The color was different, but that's not a big deal. But all the other information was consistent. Your brand makes a difference. Your brand is who you are. They might not know anything about you. You've been noticing. This has been rolling through. I was noticing since we were waiting. Everybody has their brand in the message. Look at that. That big H. We don't have to guess what that is. Why? Because they've done enough branding and marketing where you might not be a genius, but you slept at a Holiday Inn last night. So the little things like that is what makes the difference. Now, back to you. Why have a brand if you don't use it?
Why?
You went through all that, you found someone to research and give you that creative look, and you said, this is awesome, this is going to be sweet, and you put it on the shelf.
Because you don't know what to do with it.
You don't know what to do with it. Every chance. How do you brand? You brand consistently. You brand consistently. Pastor, you got a church logo, don't you? On every t-shirt, every pamphlet that goes out, you got your church logo on there. Why? Because they want to understand that the journey is for real. Right? And so we're going on a journey. So when they think of the word journey, instantly that brand comes up. Now, normally when you're branding, when you're marketing something, your logo should tell a story of who you are. Can anybody guess what my story says, what my logo says? Radio. And those are nothing but paragraphs. I mean, not paragraphs, but parentheses. There you go. They're nothing but parentheses, small, medium, large, to represent the radio waves. OBN, Open Mic Broadcast Network. I changed from OMBN to OBN because OBN just sounded better than OMBN. I had to go through a brand. My wife fussed at me. I said, but it's the same branding. So you can't be afraid of trying something different. This shirt right here, show you the simple. I found a site. I bought, I got tired of paying for embroideries because you get people and embroideries get expensive. How many would like to guess how much that little hot press cost me? $6. I got a sheet of these, a sheet of 36 to a sheet for $6. Bought the heat press for $150. The shirt cost me $5 brand new off the rack at Walmart. I just branded myself for under $10. And everywhere I go, they don't have to guess who I am. They know who I am. How many know what kind of truck I drive?
The white pickup.
It's a white pickup truck. Who said that? Who said? Okay. What was on that white pickup truck? OBN. I wonder what that is.
He said, don't go there, Pastor's there.
So what I'm saying is you have to take advantage. I noticed that some of you have on name tags right now. Why? So that people can do one or two things. They can know who you are and know who you represent. That's the power of brand. When you hire someone, hopefully they're incompetent. They're not incompetent, that they're competent enough to do the job that you're hiring them for. But then you also want them to represent what your brand and your image is to be. There are certain people who don't make it past the first interview because they don't fit your brand. They don't fit your image. So branding goes an entire way. It carries you. You all were given a sheet of paper. Did everybody get their paper? Okay. Notice this, and I'm almost done. It says people do not buy what you do, they buy why you do. It's a no-brainer that you started a business, and it should have been more than just to make money. You started the business because you were passionate enough about something to leap out there in faith and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. Well, the hard part is over. You went out there, you spent whatever money was necessary to get this thing off the ground. You got all these wonderful ideas, and now you're just like the field of dreams. If we build it, they come. No. You have to get out there and brand yourself. You have to get out there and market yourself. There are some simple questions you got to ask why. Notice in your prayer, Tiffany, I was so proud of you in your prayer, that you said, let us go from the inside out. Notice this circle that's been given out on this sheet. We have a tendency to do things backwards. We want to plaster everybody out there, and then hopefully they'll come follow us back. But you got to sell the brand within. Why are we doing what we're doing? How do we do what we do? And what is it that we do? I have a motto that we use at Open Mic. Love what you do. Simplify what you do. And master what you do. I have people tell me all the time, hey man, you ought to start doing video. No, we don't do video. We do audio. That's what we do. I cannot try to be a shotgun approach. You got to have a marksman approach. And that's what your branding and marketing does for you. I got talk to every business owner in here. Do you know what your demographics are for the people who spend the most with your company? Anybody? No one. Do you have a guess? Yes, ma'am. What's yours?
Age 50 to 70.
50 to 70? What's the income of that age?
100,000 plus.
Huh?
100,000.
100,000 plus. Male or female?
Both, doesn't matter.
Both. Now, are you guesstimating or are you giving me actual facts?
I guess I'm guessing.
Guessing. You know, one of the easiest ways and the freest ways that you can market who your demographics are to is by using Facebook. Instead of using Facebook for the latest gossip, use it as a marketing tool. I can tell you right now that out of 150,000 listeners that we have documented at Open Mic Broadcast Network, we have 34% of our listeners are females between the ages of 34 and 54. Amazing.
It's mama listening.
Mama listening for the babies. Mama telling grandma, go hear my Junior on the radio. And so now I know how to market my brand to a potential partner. Does that make sense? So it's more to it than just throwing money out there. You cannot afford not to brand your company. You cannot afford not to market your company.
But to interject something, Kristen did an advertisement on your network.
Uh-huh.
Kristen is using your demographics to get her business, because who's the most financial, who's usually the person responsible for making the decisions to get the taxes done?
It's mamas.
Is mama.
Well, and thank you very much for that interjection. No, but that's what I'm saying. So when you understand who it is you're trying to get your brand to, remember, everybody's not going to be in your label or in your neighborhood. You got to have concrete evidence and information on who you need to attack. Now, just by a show of hands, how many can reach people with your services between women between the ages of 34 and 54? Make sense? So understand branding. Sometimes you got to understand, just because you make an investment today don't mean you're going to get a return tomorrow. Investing is like seed sowing. You're going to get a return if you stay consistent. You can't plant 1 week and then expect a crop in 2 weeks. It won't happen. The bird's going to eat up most of the seed, and then when you do start getting crop, you got deer and everything else. So there's a small percentage of return on the seed that's been sown, but they continue to sow the seed because they know that the harvest is going to return. I hope I'm doing all right. How much am I on time here? Okay, I got 5 minutes. I'll give you 3. Okay? What is your purpose? I put on here, everyone knows what they do. You can tell people what you do. Some people know how they do it. Very few know why they do what they do. Making a profit is not why you do what you do. That's the result. That's the result. If you continue to be in business for 7, 8, 10 years and you're not making money, you need to go get a job. You understand? But understand that your brand, when you connect and when you associate your brand with certain items, that speaks volumes in your community. I don't have to tell you. You look at the Freedom Fest. Everybody that goes to the Freedom Fest, and you see the sponsors that line up because they understand the importance of getting their name out there. And there's no different than a Fortune 500 company. You have to treat your brand as a Fortune 500 company brand and value your logo, value your brand. If you don't have a brand or you don't have a logo, I strongly recommend that you get you one today. You got the time back. Thank you all very much. If you got any questions, I'll be right over here.